Hey guys, just like I promised yesterday, here is part 2 of writing equations. Today is going to be based off different representations. We have a table, we have 2 points, we have pile patterns, and then down here we have word problems. And then tomorrow we're going to take all of these equations that we're writing and see how they get graphed on one page. So let's start with the table. Remember, we need to find M and we need to find B in order to write our equations. So M is our slope. Let's start there. Let's see, the change in Y seems to be -5 to -3. That seems like we're adding 2. -3 to -1. Same thing, I'm adding 2. -1 to 1, following my pattern of adding 2. On the other side, -4 to -2, it's going up 2. -2 to 0, yep, up 2. And 0 to 2, that is definitely +2. But remember, slope has a formula, change in y over change in x to follow. And change in y is 2 over change in x, which is also 2. And this simplifies out to 1. Now the other value we need is b. So let's find b. And do we remember where to find b in the table? It's when x equals to 0, and I can find that right here. So my b value is equals to -1. So my equation is y equals 1x minus 1. Because remember, the equation looks like this. Y equals mx plus b. Okay. Number 5, from 2 points. Points laid out like that aren't going to help me, so let's make a table to help us. So we have 0 and 5, and then we have 1 and 7. Again, m is going to come first, so let's find the slope. From 5 to 7, we're adding 2 on the number line. From 0 to 1, we're adding 1 on the number line. So m, remembers y over x, which is 2 over 1, which is 2. And now let's find that b value. Again, we're looking for x to be 0, which is right here. So b equals to 5. And our equation, y equals 2x plus 5. Alright, and pile patterns. Pile patterns are a little tricky because the y-intercept isn't given. We actually need to find it. So let's count how many boxes we have in each stage. Here I see 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, just like with 2 points, I'm going to turn this into a table. Only difference is I'm going to leave 0 empty because we need to come back and find it. So go ahead and fill out your table. Okay. So let's try to find our slope here. From 2 to 3, that's +1, +1, +1. And our x's also seem to be +1. So from here, we know the slope from here. M is y over x, which is 1 over 1, which is just 1. But here's the tricky part, the y-intercept. If going forward in the pattern, we're adding 1 block each stage, the 0 pattern, which would be here, this would be stage 0, looks like it needs to be 1 block less. So if we started with 2 blocks, going backwards and subtracting 1 block would give us 1 block to start. And that is our y-intercept because x is equal to 0. So b equals to 1. And let's write our equation. Y equals 1x plus 1. Alright, part 3, word problems. So the first one, Justin rented a locker at the water park. It cost him $3 plus $3 every hour he was there. Alright, just a little reminder, m is our repeating value. The slope repeats each time. And what repeats each time? $3 for every hour. So right here is our m. And then b, y-intercept, is our initial value. And how much did the locker initially cost him? Initially cost him $3. And this is b right here. All right. So equation is y equals 3x plus 3. All right, number 8. This time, Justin has a coupon that said he paid no money initially, but then paid $5 each hour. Okay, m, our repeating value. What did Justin have to repeatedly pay? $5 each hour. But initially, the y-intercept, he paid no money. So how do we represent no money? With a 0. So y equals 5x plus 0, or just y equals 5x. And number 9. The locker still cost him $3 initially, but he only had to pay 50 cents per hour. So alternate scenario, what is the slope? That is going to be 50 cents per hour. But since we're graphing, I'm going to take 50 cents and convert that to a fraction. It's a half a dollar. And his b, his initial value, was $3. So last equation, y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Could you remember when we're graphing, a fraction is a little bit easier to graph with the slope than if we had a decimal. All right, so if you guys have any questions before we start graphing tomorrow, please bring them to class or just type them in at the end of the video.